A very good evening and a warm welcome to Buddhist Mahavihara's Facebook page for another session of the Dhammadana series. I'm Sister Udyani, and tonight we have joining with us Venerable Bhikkhuni Dr. Prasannawati from Nepal, who will talk on the topic of importance of good friends. Let's have Venerable joining us at the studio. Good evening. So before we start this Dhamma sharing session, let me introduce our Dhamma teacher tonight. Venerable Prasannawati is a Theravada Buddhist nun from Nepal. She was born in 1986 in Kathmandu to a medium class family with three siblings. She received her ordination at the age of 17 from Sri Lanka, and she has been learning Buddhism in Nepal since her childhood and received her further education in Buddhism and English from Sri Lanka. She has completed her diploma in English, and then she also completed her Bachelor's of Arts and received her Master's of Arts degree in 2010. She continued her studies in Buddhism and Pali and was awarded a doctorate of philosophy from Postgraduate Institute of Pali and Buddhist Studies in 2020. The title of her research was The Seven Factors of Enlightenment, a critical study. After coming back from Sri Lanka in 2020, she has been engaging in meditation retreats, teaching Dhamma discourses on television and live audiences. She has been appointed as a visiting lecturer in Tirubhuvan University of Kathmandu in 2021 and is teaching Masters of Arts students. She is also teaching at a Dhamma school in a temple in Nepal, both to children and adults. So now let us put our palms together and welcome Bhikkhuni to start today's Dhamma talk.
Thank you, Udyani. So, can you hear me? I hope the sound is okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Arahant One, and the fully enlightened One. My deep respect to the Venerable Sangha and their devotees and my friends. Good evening, and my metta to all devotees. And thank you, Udyani, and thank you to Suminda, a Kalyana Mitra who introduced with this Buddhist Mahavihara Malaysia. And thank you all the committee members who invited me to deliver a Dhamma talk in this program. Today I'm going to talk about Kalyana Mitra, and it is a good friend. In Pali, it is a Kalyana Mitra, but it is a good friend uh, in the translation. You can see me. You can see my slide. So here is the topic: importance of good friend, Kalyana Mitra, as depicted in Katikara Sutra of Majjhima Nikaya. As we are very familiar with friends, that we all have good friends also, and sometimes we have evil friends also. So I will talk today about good friends or Kalyana Mitra as depicted in Katikara Sutra. Actually, I took this sutra because I was so touched with this Katikara Sutra, that how friend is important, even to the Buddha, that that's how that he could attain the fully enlightenment. So in that way, I will just mostly focus in Katikara Sutra, but also I will talk from Digha Nikaya and Anguttara Nikaya also. So here, the importance of good friend, I would like to bring here, like who is good friend or Kalyana Mitra in our life. So according to the Pali English dictionary, a good friend is virtuous, benevolent, wholesome, or worthy friend who acts as one's mentor or spiritual advisor. So it can bring us the idea about who is a good friend here. So according to the Anguttara Nikaya also, when we see that what is good friendship, here in whatever whatsoever village or market, town or householder dwells, he associates, converse, engages in discussions with householder or householder's sons, whether young or highly cultured or old and highly cultured, full of faith. So here a person who is full of faith, full of virtue, sila, or full of charity or jaga, full of wisdom, panya, can be called a good friend. So he acts in accordance with the faith of a faithful, with the virtue of the virtuous one, and with the charity of the charitable. So with the wisdom of the wise. So this person can be called a friend or friendship, good friendship. So through these explanations that we can understand that a friendship who is a faithful one, who can be a virtuous one, and who has the generosity and who also has the wisdom. So then I will directly go to Katikara Sutra. So, who is the good friend or the Kalyan Mitra according to the Katikara Sutra, as we have understood from the dictionary meaning and from the Anguttara Nikaya? Now we will go to Majjhima Nikaya, the Katikara Sutra. Maybe many of us have been read also this sutra, and maybe we have been understood also. So I will highlight that what are the qualities of good friends through this sutra. And I also feel that this sutra itself is so interesting. So I will not bring all the part of this sutra. This Katikara Sutra is quite long, but still the first part, which is described about the good friend and about the Buddha and his past life. So I think that is very interesting. So I will talk from there. So in Katikara Sutra, it begins with the incident of the Buddha and Venerable Ananda. So once the Buddha was dwelling among the Kosalas together with large sangha of bhikkhus. So mostly Buddha is with a large number of bhikkhus or sangha members. So here also he was living in Kosala. So while he was going in a main road, so Buddha started to smile. So it was smile once. Then whenever Ananda saw Buddha was smiled, and he just thought, what may be the reason that Buddha smiled at once at this place? So it was that is mean town or the village near the Kosala that Buddha was smiled on the road, on the main road actually. So Ananda again thought that Tathagatas do not smile without any reason. So there may be some reason why Buddha was smiled. Then Buddha's answer to the Ananda, because Ananda asked that what is the reason for his smiling. Then Buddha answered that once in this place there was a prosperous and busy market town called Webalinga. So with many inhabitants and crowded with people. So Buddha, as Ananda, thought that there was a reason. So what is the reason was that in that actual place, there used to have a prosperous and busy market called Vevalinga, and with many people lived there. So at that time, Kassapa Buddha, accomplished and fully enlightened one, lived near the market town Vevalinga. So that is the speciality that the Buddha remember the past when the Buddha Kassapa was lived, and it's mean who was there in that Vebalinga market or town. So it was here, in fact, that the Blessed One Kashyapa, accomplished and fully enlightened, had his monastery. It was here, in fact, that the Blessed One Kassapa accomplished and fully enlightened, sat and advised the Sangha of bhikkhus. So that is the very special place called Webalinga, where the Blessed One Kashyapa lived there and even accomplished and even attained the enlightenment. So there, so and he at that place where the Kashyapa Buddha sat there and advised to many Sangha. Uh, so that is very special place. Then whenever Ananda thought that this is a very special place, so why Buddha may not stay there or live there for some time, so he folded his password cloak in four and spreading it out said to the Blessed One, then whenever sir, let the Blessed One be seated. Thus, this place will have been used by two accomplished ones, fully enlightened ones. So this is very remarkable things I would like to it's mean address here. That Ananda was also very interesting. Whenever that he wants to like a remark that place that now two enlightened ones are the two accomplished one will stay in the same place. So though it has been long time, whenever it's been the Buddha Kashyapa has passing away, but still now the whenever now the Gautama Shakyamuni Buddha who will just sit there. So whenever Ananda folded his robe in four and spread it out there, then the Blessed One also sat down on the seat that had been made ready and addressed the whenever Ananda does. So from there the story starts. So I didn't mention it in the PowerPoint, but I will just talk about the story gradually, that how what the Buddha said to the Ananda from there. So Buddha again said that there was a town called Webalinga with a busy and crowded people, and there the Blessed One who and the name Kashyapa lived there and even enlightened there. So this place is so special. The Buddha wants to remind. And at that time there was a Katikara, a porter, a chief supporter of the Buddha Kashyapa. Sorry. Today I have little cold and cough, so forgive me for that. For the inconvenience. So here at that Webeling town where the Blessed One was dwelling and where he used to live, and where he used to give advices to the bhikkhus and upasakas. So there a Katikara who is a porter and he is also a chief supporter of the Kashyapa Buddha. So he used to stay there. He used to live in the Webalinga town. And at the same town, Jyotipala, who is the Brahmin student and a good friend of Katikara, also lived there. So Katikara, a porter, and the Jyotipala, the Brahmin student, were a good friend in the Webalinga, where the Blessed One, Kassapa, also dwells. So Buddha wants to tell the story, past story here, that who is the Katikara and why it is this place is so special for the Buddha. He wants to explain from here. And then once Katikara, a porter, who is also a full devoted one to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, as mentioned in the commentary of the Majjhima Nikaya, that Katikara is a very devoted one, and of course he become a chief supporter. That's how also. So then once Katikara told to Jyotipala, to his a good friend or a best friend, it also can say a Kalyana Mitra, that their friend Jyotipala, let's go to meet and see and visit to the Blessed One Kassapa, who is dwelling near our town. So it is beneficial to meet him and pay homage to him. Then Jyotipala, the Brahmin student, he answers, enough, my dear friend Katikara. What is the use of seeing that bald headed recluses? He just directly answered to Katikara. So I would like to repeat here once that what is the Jyotipala's answer? Enough, my dear Katikara friend. What is the use of seeing that bald headed recluses? So in commentary, it says that this seems to have been a common pejorative expression used by the Brahmin householder at that time. So how they have been treated to the recluses at that time. So because they have been as a high caste in the society, like a superior in the society. So that is how Jyotipala, the Brahmin student, answered to Katikara. And here it is an interesting thing also. I would like to mention it maybe quite later that and you also may guess that who is the Katikara maybe now and who is the Jyotipala in this Buddha's time, in the Shakyamuni Buddha's time. You may imagine through these conversations and you can just guess that whether your imagination is right or wrong. Okay, so here Katikara asked for visiting the Blessed One, and Jyotipala answered in that way. And Katikara again second time asks, that's it's very beneficial to visit and pay homage to the Blessed One. Let's go and just see and visit to the Blessed One Kashyapa. And second time also Jyotipala answered the same way. And third time again Katikara, a porter, wants to convince his friends, saying that let's go and visit when the Blessed One. It is so beneficial to visit such a great person. But still, Jyotipala was not convinced, and again he said, enough, my dear friend. It is not beneficial. What is the use of visiting such kind of bald-headed recluses? So here we can see the conditions and the contemporary situation of at that time situation. So that was the situation. Then Katikara thought, maybe my friend doesn't want to go and see the Blessed One, so better I will have another time to let him visit. So what Katikara did was, then he changed the direction of the mind and said, then let's go to take a bath. So then Jyotipala at that time, at once he just replied that, then it's good, let's go for bath. Then here we can see that how Katikara uh, with skillful means, it calls in upay kaushalya, that he uses the upay kaushalya, that three times he asked from Jyotipala, he really didn't want. Then Katikara just changed the direction of our thought or our priorities. Then they both went to take bath. So normally at that time in India, they used to take bath in river. So both of them went to take bath at river. So Katikara didn't stop there and said that while they were taking bath, uh, my dear friend Jyotipala, let us go and see the Blessed One, accomplished one and fully enlightened one. And I believed that it is good to see the Blessed One. Again, he wants to convince his friends. This is how many times? Four times. And again, what the reply of Jyotipala was the same. Enough, my dear friend. What is the use of saying such bald-headed recluse? So here we can see how the conversation between two friends, actually they used to call good friends. So that is the conversation. So while taking bath, again Katikara said for second time and third time. So it has been six times that Katikara requested from Jyotipala, and this is the sixth time that Jyotipala again refused to go and see and visit to the Blessed One. So here I would like to disclose the like a secret that who is the Jyotipala and who is the Katikara at this present time. Actually, in commentary, it has been said that Jyotipala, who is the Brahmin student at that time, who refuses to visit and see the Blessed One Kashyapa, was at this present time the Shakyamuni Buddha. So this is so surprising, isn't it? That at that time, being a Jyotipala, being a good friend of Katikara, he didn't want to see and visit to the Blessed One Kashyapa. So this is such a surprising moment and surprising incident was happened in this Katikara Sutra. So this is the sixth time they refused. He refused again, and Katikara didn't stop there again. So they just have finished taking bath, and Katikara, what he did was he just like pulled his belt and said again, "My dear Jyotipala, let's go to see and visit the Blessed One, the accomplished one, the Kashyapa." Then he just undid the belt, and what he said again was the same thing. "Enough, my friend. What is the use of visiting such bald-headed recluses?" You see, now Katikara is a little bit violent and still wants to take to his friend, to the Blessed One, because he believed that, and he has been such a faithful person that he has gone to the Buddha, the refuses to the Buddha Dharma and Sangha, and he knows the value of the sasana and the teachings of the Buddha. And even he knows that Jyotipala is an intelligent person who can understand the Buddha's Dhamma and the discourses so well that he can be benefited in this life itself. So, knowing the capacity of his friend and with his own belief and faith, he really wants Jyotipala to see. To the Blessed One. So he didn't stop there again, and what he did at the last, that after undid the belt, and he just pulled his hair, actually Katikara, the pulled his friend's hair, this means Jyotipala's hair, the wetted hair, just finished to take bath. And what he just did was, "Are you going with me or not to visit and see the Blessed One?" So here, very admonish, like a very surprising thing happened here. And it has to be reminded us also that Katikara, a potter, is a low caste in Indian society, and Jyotipala, the Brahmin student, is the higher caste or the high caste in the society. So when the high caste, though they are friends, so they may not allow to toss the head, actually, and they may not allow, of course, not allowed to uh, seize by the hairs. So but the Katikara, in behalf of his good friend, he really wants to visit to the Blessed One. So he did in that way, that he pulled his head, he seized him with the hair, actually with the wetted hair. Then at that moment, again Katikara said, "Are you going with me or not, my dear friend Jyotipala? Let us go to see the Blessed One. He is the accomplished one and the enlightened one. I believe that seeing him is beneficial to both of us, to you." So at that moment, then if some other friends, if someone pull our head or someone seized us with the hair, with our hair, then what may we do? If we're just a foolish friend or just a mere friends, maybe we get angry. Maybe we feel so it's been aggressive, that what my friend is doing now. But here we can see the intelligence of Jyotipala, and he thought that, oh, it's marvelous, and it is just wonder. It's mean I'm so wonder that how my friend is treating me. If there is not a serious thing, he may not treat in this way. So he is maybe really wants me to go to the Blessed One, the Buddha Kashyapa. That's why he is treating me in this way. So thinking in that way, he just asks, "How can you go so far to take me to the Blessed One?" Then he asked, and the Jyotipala asked, and Katikara also answered, "Yes, I can go this much far. That I can just pull your hair, or just I can seize you with your hairs to take you to the Kassapa Buddha. So if so, then I'm ready to go with you. And let us go." Then we can just imagine here, and we can just see that how excuse me, a good friend Katikara was trying his best to take to Jyotipala. And even he, as a low caste, tried to pull his hair, uh, and Jyotipala didn't get angry at that moment and thought in a positive way that he took that incident in a positive way. So we also can think in this moment that as if we really want, if we think that we are really wise and intelligent, we may want to take some any kind of condition or situation in a wise way. If Jyotipala got angry with Katikara at that moment because he pulled his hair, then he just ran away and their friendship may be over for forever. But Jyotipala took that incident in a good way, in a positive way. So they are ready to go to see and um, visit to the Buddha. Then, then after that, they both, two good friends, went to the Buddha, and after going to the Buddha, pay homage and with a courteous talk. After finished talk, then Blessed One was there, and Katikara introduced to his good friend. So Jyotipala is my good friend, my best friend, a Kalyanamitra, and we came here to visit the Blessed One, and we would like to listen the Dhamma talk, the discourses from you. Then Blessed One, the Kassapa also. Uh, After talking, then he gave a good Dhamma talk, and after the Dhamma talk, they just pay homage to the Blessed One again, and they just left from there. And once they heard the Dhamma talk from the Blessed One, what he has delivered the Dhamma, what he has served the Dhamma, then Jyotipala asks after that, just they went out, and Jyotipala, the Brahmin student, asks from Katikara, a potter, his friend, that after listening the Dhamma talk from the Buddha so many times, Katikara, my friend, why you don't think to be ordained? Why still you are a layperson? So still, why you didn't think about going to the ordination or the ordination life? And after asking Jyotipalas that question, Gatikara answered that, my friend, I also like to ordain and stay in the monastery, but I'm looking after to my old parents who are blind, so they need me. That's why until now I didn't uh, didn't ordain yet or go forth yet. Then Jyotipala said, I would like to ordain in the Buddha's sasana. Here we can see the transformation of Jyotipala, that at once how one time he met to the Buddha and he just listened from the Buddha, and now he wants to ordain. So this is the surprising things, the transformation of our life when we listen the true Dhamma and uh, the realities of this world or the nature of the Dhamma. So here, then after that, Jyotipala asks his friend that he wants to ordain. So another day, they both again went to the Buddha and pay homage. And Katikara said that my friend wants to ordain and go forth from home to the homeless. Then Buddha also ordained to the Jyotipala. And after some time, he was highly fully ordained. So then, as I mentioned, that early Jyotipala, at that time, the Jyotipala, though he ordained, he just practiced the meditation and practiced the Buddha's way and meditated and learned the Dhamma, but he didn't go. He didn't when he didn't go to the any like fruits and and the part and the fruits like a sotapanna, magga and a follower or sakadagami or anagami, because he is the one who is the bodhisattva and he is the one who will be the Buddha in future. So that's how he was just practicing the Buddha's way and meditating. So I would like to stop this story here, and the story goes on there, but here the importance of the good friends and the importance of the story. I would like to explain here that how Jyotipala, being a Brahmin student and being a good friend, though he refused to visit and to see the Buddha for the 6 times or the 7 times, still a good friend, Katikara, a porter, or his good friend, um, like consistently trying to convince Jyotipala to pay homage to the Buddha and to see the Buddha. So the result is marvelous. So if like if he didn't visit the blessed one or the blessed one Kashyapa at that time, maybe his journey to the fully enlightened Gautama Buddha may be longer. So in that way we can see that how a good friend or the kalyana mitra can help in the journey of our spiritual life. We can see the importance here. And after this story also I would like to bring here some importance of Kalyana Mitra as depicted as seen in the Dika Nikaya. And before that, we also like to talk that what is the importance of good friends. So why good friends are important. So as we all know that we are human beings who are socially living beings. Who cannot live alone. So we like to live together with harmony. So good friends are important to live our life together and share our problems, to help each other to fulfill our targets, to share our happiness and joys, and to lead into a spiritual journey. So I just highlighted this importance of good friends. So that's how we can understand that our friends are important. If we can live alone, maybe we never need a friend or a good friend. So um, and a friend as a spiritual guide. So I will come to the qualities of good friend from the Dika Nikaya later on. So before that, how it's been Kalyana Mitra or good friend uh, is important in our spiritual life, and how they can be a spiritual guide. So here I would like to bring like in the Samyutta Nikaya, we can say that the importance of good friends through the conversation between the Buddha and Ananda. So here another incident I would like to bring that once whenever Ananda says to the Buddha, whenever sir, this is half of the holy life, like Uddang Brahmacharya sa, that is good friendship, good companionship, and good comradeship. So Ananda says that our like a half of our holy life is benefited by the good friends. Then Buddha replies to that, not so Ananda. not so Ananda. This is the entire holy life. Here, Buddha mentions that this is the entire holy life, not only the half. Sakalang eva hidang. Ananda, this is good friendship, good companionship, good comradeship. When a bhikkhu has a good friend, a good companion, a good comrade, it is to be expected that he will develop and cultivate the noble eightfold path. Here, how Buddha highlighted that our whole life can be benefited if we have associated with a good friend. So who can if we have a good friend, then we can be expected that he will develop and cultivate the noble eightfold path. So we are being able to lead an enlightened way. So we can lead to the enlightenment if we have a good friend. So this is such an important incident we and remarkable incident in the Samyutta Nikaya, we can say it. So that's how the importance of um, good friendship we can see here. And also in the Sambodhi Sutra, excuse me. In the Sambodhi Sutra of Anguttara Nikaya, also the Blessed One said as if wanderers who are members of other sects should ask you what friend are the prerequisites for the development of the wings to enlightenment or the self-awakening, then you should answer there is the case where a monk has admirable friends, admirable companion, admirable comrades. This is the first prerequisite for the development of the wings to self-awakening. So for the enlightenment, the first prerequisite is the having companionship or the friendship. So this is also very important that uh, to attain enlightenment also the first factor we need is a friendship, a good friendship. So after that, so what are the good friendship qualities, like what are the good qualities of the good friends? It's mean here we can see in Dika Nikaya that the four qualities of good friends. And this is also very important that in our life when we says that good friends are important and good friends are needed, we have to associate with good friends. But what are the good qualities of the friends? So what are the qualities we have to recognize with our friends that then we can associate with them? So in Dika Nikaya, the four uh, qualities of good friends has been mentioned, and this is very important. We have to recognize them and associate in our daily lives. So a good friend means who is a helpmate, so who is a helper in our life. And a good friend means who is the same in happiness and sorrow. So we also used to say sometimes that if some of our friends cannot stay in our sorrow and in our suffering, they cannot be called as a good friend. So here Buddha also mentioned in Digha Nikaya. And the third one, the friend who gives good counsel, this means who advises us when we really need it. And in fourth, the fourth one is the friend who is sympathizes, so who sympathize us, who then who just compassionate towards us. So let's us discuss little further here. I think we have very limited time, so that's how um, I will talk very briefly. So who are the good helper friends? Excuse me. So, in four ways, one should understand a helpmate as a good friend. So, who help us can be a good friend in four ways. So, he looks after you when you are inattentive. So, who help us means that who, whenever we are inattentive, also they are looking after. Oh, you are inattentive, so he helps at that moment. So he looks after your possessions when you are inattentive. This means sometimes we are drunk, sometimes we are lost, sometimes we are anxious. So at that time uh, if a good friend, they will look after or take care of our possessions, anything, our wealth, or our jewelries, or any other things. So he's a refugee when you are in danger. So he can be a refugee when we are afraid or when we are in some kind of danger. So that kind of person is a good friend. So when there are commitments, he provided you with double the supply needed. So when he is really committed, so he can help us, or he can help with even double if we really need it. So that kind of help we can get from a good friend. So there are also four ways that if someone uh, is same in happiness and sorrow, we can understand in this way that he reveals his secret, so he doesn't keep his secret, and he also conceals your secrets, so he also conceals our secrets. He doesn't disclose with other friends our secrets. So, and he also doesn't let you down in misfortune. So in our life we will have good days and bad days, we have fortunes and misfortunes, so he never let you down in misfortune. And he would even sacrifice his life for you if really needed, so he can sacrifice his time, his money, and even his life. So that kind of person who will be in our happiness and sorrow can be recognized as a really a good friend. And in four ways, one should understand a friend who gives you good counsel as a good friend. So he restrains you from doing evil. So he advises us that while we are doing wrong things, if we are taking drugs, if we are going in a bad way, if we are doing some bad business, so he restrains us. He restrains with his advices, like, oh no, this work is no good, my friend. This business doesn't work with you. So in that way, he counsels us. So he encourages you in doing good. So as Katikara, who encouraged Zotipala, his friend, for more than 6 times. It is marvelous, actually. Sometimes we are just uh, we are tired to convince our friends to lead to a good way, but he didn't tire. He know that it is the one we need to do. This is the thing we need to do. So the good friend always encourage us doing good. So this is also very important, actually. He informs you what you ought to know. So he informs that you have to do this and you don't have to do this. So he informs what you have to know and what you have to do. He points out the path to heaven. So that is the person we really need in our life, actually. So in four ways, one should understand a friend who sympathizes as a good friend. So what are the four ways then? He does not rejoice in your misfortune. So his compassion towards us means he doesn't rejoice when we are in sad, when we have misfortune. So he rejoices in your good fortune. So he really happy when we are happy, when we have a good fortune. He restrains others from speaking ill of you. So he really restrain um, others that, oh, do not talk about my friends in that way. He's really such a good person. So he does in that way, and he praise those who speak good qualities of you. So he really praise someone who speak good qualities of you. So that kind of person and that kind of friend, actually, we need to associate, and we need to recognize that they are really good friends. So first we need to recognize who are really a good friend, and recognizing them, then we can associate in our daily day-to-day lives. So these are the helpmate friend who are same in our happiness and sorrow, and who gives good counsel, who advise us when we really need it, and who sympathizes us. So these are the good qualities we need to know, and we need to uh, like recognize while we are living in our day-to-day lives. So while we are knowing our good qualities of good friend, then we also should know that who are our enemies or who are our evil friends. So here briefly I have just given that who are the enemies, or who are it's mean the four things. uh, there are these four enemies disguised as friends. They comes as friends, but they are really enemies. So the man who is the taker, here taker means a friend who tries to take from us often but doesn't want to give anything, and who likes to stay with us while we have benefits, while we can give only. Then once we are poor, then just they leave us. So that kind of taker we need to recognize as a evil friend. And the man who is the talker, so some friends who just talk, who is just good in talking. Then when we really need, they also just talk and just excuses us that if you come yesterday, I could help you, but today I just lost my money. I have finished my money. I have just given someone. So in that way, he just talk about past and future, but in present he doesn't help us. So just talker. And a man who is the flatterer. So here, flattering means he is also the one who, uh, if we are doing, bad things, then uh, he is just with us. It's okay, good. You can do this. And if we are doing, good things, he just displays us that, oh, this is not good. Why you are doing? So for the good things, he doesn't appreciate, and for the bad thing, he just praise and encourage us to do. So that kind of friend also we have in our society, so we need to recognize those kind of friends. And the last, but this one also very important, we need to recognize that the man who is the careless companion, he is careless and reckless, in the sense that he doesn't care about the consequences. uh, he's with us when we are indulging in the drinking, in gambling. So he is supporting in a bad thing. So in that way he is a careless companion, uh, to whom we need to recognize as our enemies, and we need to get rid of this kind of friend. So if we can get rid of this kind of evil friends and associate with good friends, so in our life we can live easily. So we can have more benefits from friends, so that uh, we can have a prosperous and happy life. So here I would like to give also an example of my own life, that um how I wanted to be a good friend, and resulted me from another good friend. So I think before that, I would like to bring here these points that what we have get from this presentation, today's Dhamma talk, and the presentation, that we understood who is a good friend from today's session. So we also knew from this session, we also knew the qualities of good friends and bad friends. And here I would like to suggest all of you that through this Dhamma talk and presentation, that let we be a good friends to others, that we may not want to seek only that who can be our good friend. Sometimes we forget that we are not being a good friend to the others. So for here, I would like to bring an example. Just before I just told that I would like to give an example from my own life. That while I was in Sri Lanka, as I studied from Sri Lanka, then while I was doing my PhD, then I applied for scholarship there, because government gave a scholarship for 100 foreign students. Then I tried to apply for that scholarship, because living in foreign land and being ordained, it was not easy to study in foreign land and paying in the university. So I thought to apply, and they were my friends. So I suggested to them also, let us just apply, and if we have chance, maybe we get, and it will be helpful for us. Then some of friends said, oh, it may not helpful, we may not get, so it may not be true to us, so even sometimes, because government sometimes doesn't give us. But one of my friend, she just listened to me, and we both together applied scholarship, and I helped her to all the process, and we got the health checkup and everything, and we applied. But fortunate to my friend, she got a scholarship, and I have already enrolled in the PhD degree, so I didn't get it. I was okay with that, and though I didn't get the scores, a little bit sadder, so that I didn't get, and I'm the one who encouraged my friend, and my friend got it. But anyway, it was fine that at least one person from our country, or one person whom I know got the scholarship, so I was happy about that and doing the PhD. And next year again I tried, from my friend, I just got an information that even we can apply for the Harvard, for the scholarship. They are giving the scholarship to the Asian students, so it is like something impossible, and it may not happen, maybe also. Then still I just wanted to try again. I tried, and many good friends of mine helped me to apply, because it was not easy to apply the scholarship in Harvard University. It was the Howard Divinity School, actually. Then anyway, I just applied with little hope, and anyway, I just did my best, and my good friends helped me in many ways. Unfortunately, when the result come and I was just accepted, then it was such a good moment that though I didn't get the scholarship in Sri Lanka, I get the scholarship in Howard. So I was just thinking, maybe my good karma, or maybe I became like a good companion to my friend to help to have the scholarship, and she just got it. Maybe this is the result of being a good friend. So many good friends helped me to introduce that scholarship, and to introduce me. With that program, and even helped me to apply, so, and I received it. So here I just would like to give this example, not being like a, proud that, oh, she wants to show that she has been in Harvard. No, it is just a, like my life lesson that I learned, that if we sometimes seek a good friend, sometimes we need to be a good friend too. Then we will have the good friends also. That's how I just want to highlight here, that let we be a good friends too to others, so that we also will have many good friends. That's how we will be benefited, and we will have the happy life, and it will be so useful in our difficulties. It will be very meaningful in our life to be a good friend and having a good friends. So this is also a good lesson I would like to share with you. And here also associating good friends are indeed beneficial. So we have to associate it. If we try to abandon good friends, and just try to be alone, maybe good friends may not come to us. Sometimes we need to seek them, who are the good friend, and sometimes we try to see that who are the good friends, and we just associate with them. So it is really benefited, and associating good friends can lead to attainment of the enlightenment. So that is also a very important lessons are the from this presentation and the Dhamma talk we just understood today. So I think that's all I'd like to share with you all, and thank you so much for paying attention and giving me this opportunity to share my Dhamma knowledge and about the friends to you all. Namo Buddhaya. Bhavatu Sabha Mangalam.
We have a question from Facebook. I will
Okay.
share it on the screen.
Okay, is that fine? Kevin Cecil Leo, Udyani, are you there? So, uh, Kelvin CJ just asked the question that why whenever seems like the sutta have some similarities with the Singhala Sutta with regard to making good friends. Actually, it doesn't show in the sutta that the qualities of the good friends, and it didn't mention also, but through the stories what is happened there, I just pointed out the qualities of good friends as similar with the Singhala Sutta. Yeah.
Okay.
Clear, I hope.
Okay, thank you, Venerable. That was the only question. Yeah.
Okay, yes, yeah.
So, so I will invite Venerable to do the Anumodana to the Devas and the departed beings.
Okay, yes, yeah. Okay, may this merit go to the departed people, our relatives, and all the devas, and all the living beings, and all the beings. Idanno nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Idanno nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Idanno nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Etawata chammehi sambadang punya sambadang sabbe deva anamodanto sabba sampati siddhya etawata chammehi sambadang punya sambadang sabbe satta anamodanto sabba sampati siddhya etawata chammehi sambadang punya sambadang sabbe bhuta anamodanto sabba sampati siddhya. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So now that we have come to an end to these sessions, before we finish this Facebook Live, I would like to thank Bhikkhuni Dr. Prasannawati on behalf of the committee, the monks, and the management of Buddhist Mahavihara Malaysia. And a very big thank you for the sponsors for today's Dhamma talk and everyone that joined us tonight. Thank you, Suki Hotu.
Thank you so much.